Good evening, everybody. 6 o'clock on Thursday, the what date is it? 23rd of February. Hope you had a good day. A couple of updates for you on the state gun ban case. Sorry, I read something over there on the other side. We got the order from the Supreme Court today on the consolidation issue, and it appears, they consolidated our three cases, which is fine, into Effingham County, but at the request of Governor Pritzker, Attorney General Raoul, and State Representative Dan Calkins, they left Dan Calkins' Macon County case separate and apart from ours, okay? And I can only assume that the governor's office and the Attorney General and the legislature of Illinois are very pleased that the Supreme Court made the decision to leave that case separate. And I guess that also, since it pleases the governor, the Attorney General, and the Illinois General Assembly, that also pleases State Representative Dan Calkins, because that's what he asked for. So it is what it is. I can't control it. And we'll see what the Macon County case wants to do. They can do whatever they want. I have a few arguments that we can make because we're going to have now one case in Effingham County. And we'll continue to pursue our case the way that I've always pursued this for you, and the way that I think is in the best interest to pursue for you. And I'm not going to let it alter us, the fact that something's happening in another case that is going to take a path that it's going to take, okay? So I can't control that, sadly. I tried to help influence it by consolidating it with ours, but, again, you can all thank Dan for getting his way that aligns with the governor and the Attorney General's argument. So take it for what it's worth. All right. As to the making sure there's an audio issue over there. So as for our cases now, we have one case, which is perfectly fine. It's what I wanted, right? It's not the exact perfect scenario because we got to deal with this fringe case out there, but we'll deal with it. We have one case, Effingham County, that we're going to proceed in. Now, given this consolidation issue that we just had to deal with, it's given us an opportunity to, I'm going to make a couple of legal adjustments on some of the procedural things we're arguing. Again, it's going to help us. But I also now are going to have the opportunity to allow people that might want to, because I have to amend the case for the reasons that I'm going to amend it. At the same time, I can ask the court to allow additional party plaintiffs to join. I was never going to file a brand new case starting all over because it changes the process, but since I'm going to amend this case now, I can offer that. What that would benefit and provide is the ability to amend the case, add additional party plaintiffs that would then, as we would ask the court, allow them to fall under the restraining order that's in place that would allow them during the pendency of these issues to exercise their rights to acquire firearms. That would be the benefit for you to do that, okay? So if you want to do that, Ryan's going to post it out there and you'll have opportunity. How long that opportunity will last under an injunction would be until the Supreme Court either wipes this whole law out or the Supreme Court finds what the governor did and the legislature is constitutional. I don't think it's constitutional. I think we've got the arguments to defeat it. But if that Macon County case, causes us irretrievable grief that we can't fix, hopefully we've still got, 3-4 months while this is pending before the Supreme Court would ever issue a ruling on a final ruling. So, that's why I'm doing this for you guys, because we've got people asking. Ryan says he has the bandwidth to do it. And again, the goal will be to, by next day, Ryan will put the timelines out there for you. But again, don't wait till the last minute. Ryan can't deal with that. By next Friday, I've already agreed with the Attorney General's lawyers to file this amended complaint. Again, that's going to tweak some of the procedural things we're arguing. And it's also going to adding in the additional persons that might want to join. So you have the benefit of being able to going out to acquire things. So if we have the worst case scenario, that the Macon County case does things we can't try to fix, if that happens, And again, I've got a plan. I'm going to try to minimize that, but I can't eliminate it, sadly. The only way that it can be eliminated is if Mr. Calkins chooses to withdraw his motion for summary judgment, but I don't see that happening. But nonetheless, you would be able to enjoy the benefit during this period of time. Keeping in mind, too, we've still got federal issues going on that could be independent of what we're doing in the state court, right? Those state court arguments we got that we're making are solid. The federal stuff's good, too. I'm sitting and I'm working in conjunction, because that's what we should all do, with a couple of the federal cases in the Southern District of Illinois that are doing an excellent job making some arguments here. They don't happen as quick, right? But they're making excellent arguments. And I'm hopeful that we will all enjoy the benefit of that. But I'm ready to go at any time in the Southern District of Illinois, if and when we need to. And what's going on in that Macon County case could impact what we do in the federal court. Again, I'll keep all that. As we need to talk about that later, we will. But I'll keep you guys all updated already. No, if you are already on, again, the case has been consolidated, but you guys know it as 1, 2, and 3, right? If you're already there, don't worry about anything. You are fine. Don't, because Ryan, again, does the best he can to keep that happening anyway. But to the extent you try to become a part of this so you can then go purchase during this temporary time, if you're already on 1, 2, or 3, you don't need to do it again, guys. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So that's what I wanted to explain to you. Again, I was a little bit disappointed with the Supreme Court's order. I was hoping they would every time we've ever asked them to consolidate cases in the past that dealt with big issues in the last few years, they've done it every time, but who am I to question the wisdom of the Illinois Supreme Court? But, all I can say is that I'm quite certain that the governor's office and the attorney general and the legislature, who are looking to beat us, are very happy with the Supreme Court's order. And again, sadly, it appears Mr. Calkins is happy along with them. And that should say enough, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So let me see here. You guys again, you can go back and watch it if you're just joining in. They consolidated our 3 cases together, which is good. I'm fine with that. They didn't consolidate the Macon County case, okay? They said, no, we're going to leave it out because that's what Mr. Calkins wants. He didn't want to be consolidated with us. He wanted to do what the governor and the attorney general wanted to do. He wanted them all to be out there on their own little world. And, I'm telling you that the attorney general and the governor and the General Assembly that passed this law are very happy and pleased that they didn't join the Macon County case with our cases. It should speak for itself for you guys on why they're happy. And again, now it appears Mr. Calkins is happy too. Austin, I just spent the last 10 minutes talking about that. Go read it again, okay, buddy? Or go watch it again. Let me see here. Let me see here. I want to speak to this a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't go on forever. It'd be nice to be resolved in a positive pro-gun. Of course, we understand that. But when you say go on forever, it's a human condition to want to hurry up and go after something and just boom, 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 boom. That is not a good strategy in a court case, right? Never a good strategy when dealing with these types of things. So you don't want them to drag on for 3, 4, 5 years, of course. But if something's going to take a year, 6 months, 8 months, when you're dealing with such important issues, you have to do that, right? And so to rush in a couple of weeks, I think it's a bad idea. So I understand what you're saying, but you have to be patient. Would an unfavorable outcome in the Macon County cases hurt our cases? Maybe. It's possible. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible. I don't know until I would see it, but I have to wait and see ones before I know for certain. But I'm saying there's a risk, and there's nothing good with rushing to the Supreme Court. There's no benefit to any case that's any citizen's case. There's no benefit to rush. Zero benefit to rush. If they're going to rush, it's only risk, no benefit. Sorry, I had to turn that off, you guys. There's no benefit. There's only risk. So, but again, that's my decision for reason. Good luck to them. There's still a chance they could win, keeping in mind, they're only going to win with the arguments that I've made for you. They've brought nothing. There are no new arguments to the table that the Macon County case brings. It's just repeating all the arguments that you all had me make for you, and they're just using them. And I think it's thorough enough, but we'll find out. If they win, it's because of all the work that you guys have had me fight for you. It's not on their own work. But I just don't, we're not going to rush. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help us. And if they're successful, great. But they've got, everything to lose and really nothing additional to gain by going so fast. But again, we're still going to do what we can do. Okay. Let me see here, guys. I'm about done here because Ryan's got to go. Let me see here. Let me see. I think that's about it. No, Tom, that's, I've answered that question, and I know I haven't seen your name before, but if you purchase a weapon while the injunction is in place, and then let's say the Macon County case does something that, the Supreme Court says the law is constitutional, etc., and I can't fix it or try to fix it, the purchases that you still made during the time the injunction in place are still lawful. Okay. It doesn't unwind it back and where it's not a lawful purchase. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question, buddy. Let me see here. I think that's about it. I'm not even going to speak to that again. Again, I've been talking to you guys for so long where people are over there in the column asking why it's not a statewide injunction. With all due respect, if you haven't been paying enough attention until now to not know the answer to that question, I'm not going to continue to reinvent the wheel talking about things with all of you like I'm doing it for the first time. I just can't spend that much energy doing that. So for all of you that have been in this for a long time, you already know the answer to that question. And again, I'm not going at this point in our proceedings and how I'm trying to help all of you, I'm not going to re-explain those types of things to someone that's brand new. I apologize to you, but I just don't have the time or the energy to do it. All right. I think that's it, guys. Ryan's got to go and I've got to go. And you should have the link out there now, and the link will be up. And as I always tell you, if you have any questions, send Ryan an email. He loves it. He lives it. Literally 22 hours a day. He lives it. So we'll keep doing what we can do, and I'll be back probably tomorrow, give you guys another update. And I'm working on it. I promise you, I'm doing everything in my power every day.